Hello y'all. This video may or may not be the start of a playthrough series focusing on the Kingdom of Prussia in the Hearts of Iron 4 mod, Focus Trees for Releasable Nations. For the record, Focus Trees for Releasable Nations is a Hoi 4 mod that does exactly what it sounds like. Okay, so we have started and we are the Kingdom of Prussia in a broken up Germany. And the whole world in general has seen a lot of fragmentation. Scotland, for example, has broken away from England. Brittany has broken away from France. And there's a whole lot more countries in the world in 1936 than there would be normally in Hearts of Iron 4 at this point in a vanilla playthrough, unless you fragmented everything there. But besides that, the leader of Prussia, well, the ruling ideology of Prussia at this time is not aligned. It's a military junta, and it's led by August von Mackensen. August von Mackensen in real life was nicknamed the Last Hussar, if I recall. He was a commander during World War I for the German Empire. He fought in Romania, I think, the Eastern Front, and maybe Bulgaria. And he was a pretty competent commander, if I'm thinking correctly here. And after World War I ended, he would still go around wearing his World War I uniform for official functions. And when when the Nazis came to power in Germany, I believe he was made a counselor of Prussia, but that was really it. He didn't really care for the Nazis, and honestly, he was a staunch monarchist. That was his thing. He was big into monarchy, which is going to make this path a little weird that we're going to do. And the path we're aiming to do for Prussia in this playthrough is admit military supremacy, which basically means we're going to keep the Kingdom of Prussia as it's going to be a military junta, essentially. A military dictatorship. That's what it's all going to be about. And honestly, it's a very interesting concept for Prussia, I guess, because they're known for their military. They were historically known for that. And I suppose in this case, we're still called a Kingdom of Prussia. Wilhelm II, or a German monarch, a Prussian monarch is still around. They just don't play a major role in anything. So to start the focus tree off, let's go ahead and do strengthen the military junta and admit military supremacy. After that, we may start doing some stuff relating to the foreign policy that will see us attempt to reunite Germany into one country. Besides Prussia, which is probably the most largest German country, there is also Saxony, and who else? Mecklenburg, Schleswig-Holstein, Westphalia, Kingdom of Westphalia, Württemberg, Bavaria, and that's it. So there's like 7 different German countries per se, and we need to reunite Germany. That is our objective as the Kingdom of Prussia. And so let's go to our research slots. We have no army also. We don't start with the military. I think we have all the tech Germany would typically have as Prussia. I'm not entirely sure. I guess not, never mind. Let's go ahead and get production, basic machine tools, construction 1. Let's go from support weapons to electronic mechanical engineering. Just do that. And we have no army, so it would probably be a good idea to start trying to get some divisions together. And we're making a bunch of Heimatschutz divisions, which are our basic. We need to change the name for that. They need to be infantry, not garrison troops. Update. There we go. We're making a bunch of infantry divisions. We can't afford to make any panzer troops right now. Maybe some cavalry brigades. That'd be good. Get a couple of those set up. Can I make those brigades, or are they just going to be called cavalry divisions? Cavalry divisions. Alright, missing equipment production. We have 7 military factories. Get some guns made. What else do we need? We need artillery as well as support equipment. So a little bit of support equipment, artillery, fighters, and that will be it for now. Let's just put more stuff on gun manufacturing. We need to probably trade for some more resources so we can get better production of everything. Let's do this here. Build up some factories in Hessen, Mosselland, and Rhineland. We do control that as Prussia. And let's go trade a country for some resources, and nobody will resource anything. Well, trade anything at this time, which is unfortunate. Whatever, we'll just have to make do then. Decisions available, reorganized railway system. This will yeah, I'm not going to bother with that for now. But let's go ahead and unpause and get officially started, per se. Well, we're already started, but I mean just start having time go by. And besides the German countries that usually only appear in Hearts of Iron 4, if you take the Napoleonic path in France, in vanilla Hearts of Iron 4, we have Kashubia and Silesia and many other countries in Europe that wouldn't exist otherwise. Like Italy's divided hard, so is the Balkans. Yugoslavia got cut up pretty bad. France has three countries that broke away from it. There's an independent Corsica here. And Spain has a bunch of countries that broke away from it, so does the UK. So it's very interesting to see what's going to happen. There's a lot of countries with potential to rise up in this new world, and there's possibly some that may just get destroyed. Russia is still extremely powerful. The Russian Soviet Socialist Republic is still going to be extremely powerful in this world, despite the fact there's all these autonomous republics that broke away from it. Also, they lost all of Central Asia. And how long will this focus take? Strengthen military junta will be done soon. We probably need to do a little focus that will get us like a couple, I don't know, we at least need a few divisions. We need 100k divisions, I think, to even do anything. 100k manpower in the field to even do anything relating to conquest of other German states. So let's do admit military supremacy, get that done, and turn off the day-night cycle. Don't care for the day-night loop, really, personally. And we have some planes in the reserves, but they're not really going to be significant right now. And it looks like our resource issue has sort of worked itself out. I guess maybe the world had to adapt to the fact all the starting country situation was different. I don't know. But at least we have 4 factories on guns. And we're going to have the 1st Infantry Division of Prussia ready in a little bit. It'll take some time. Hopefully, as we expand, we will have no issues arming the divisions of Prussia, the Kingdom of Prussia. Admit military supremacy will be done in about 50 days, and this will give us a national spirit called, well, it says, the text where it says, Prussia has always been a militaristic state, and we should strengthen that legacy by allowing the military full political control. Once this focus is done, we'll get a national spirit called Permanent Military Junta, which will cause us to lose daily political power, but we'll get higher division organization, higher division recovery rate, starting level of new army leaders +3. That's pretty good. Minus 10% stability, and the Turkish Straits remain demilitarized. Alright then. And that's a little different to see, honestly. And war support will be higher for Prussia. So we're going all in on the military as Prussia. And if we go through this little path here, we can see that we'll get some factories eventually, as well as a couple more national spirits that will be all focused on the military. This Berlin Military Academy focus seems particularly powerful, honestly, like higher army organization regain, max planning, 2,000% max planning. What in the world? That sounds crazy. I'm not really sure what planning does in Hearts of Iron 4, honestly. I know it's a stat, and there's a bonus for planning, but I'm not really sure how it works mechanically, frankly. And what else is going on in the world? Everybody's just doing their own thing, I reckon. I wonder what path France and England's going to do. I'm curious. And we have a research slot available. Let's go ahead and get mechanical computing to get that research speed buff. The earlier we get that, the better. How are we doing with that division? That one division is going to be ready soon. Each division is going to be about 10,000 men. So that will be, we need about 10 divisions to have 100,000 manpower. That's what we're dealing with. Let's go ahead and do German imperialism to gain a claim on Mecklenburg and Schleswig-Holstein. And the text for this says we want to unite Germany as the strongest state in the German region. And that is probably a goal for a lot of the states, a lot of the countries in Germany, because besides Prussia, other countries in Germany that also have focused trees are Saxony, Bavaria, and the Kingdom of Westphalia, or Hanover, whatever you want to call it. They also have their own focus trees, so we could possibly see them make alliances make alliances and also attempt to reunite Germany themselves. So we do have to worry about that. So we have to strike fast and hard as the Kingdom of Prussia, so that the other countries in Germany don't try to get powerful allies. That would make any type of reunification efforts very hard to achieve. And yeah, that's why we need to be fast on the initiative there. We have 1 division deployed. Do we have any commanders? Guess we'll find out. No, we have no commanders. Get a commander then, Otto Duttman here. Have him go border Mecklenburg. Go border Mecklenburg. And the good news is even though we're having to build up our army, we're probably one of the most powerful states in Germany. And I say that because with our industry, we should be able to field the most largest army in the German region. And so I don't think any of the other countries that don't exist in Vanilla Hoi 4 at the start of the game have their own starting armies either, like Prussia. So they should be relatively weak for when we attack them. Although I am worried about Bavaria and Saxony, because Bavaria will probably have enough time to build up a standing military force, and that will be an issue later on. And we have 14 civilian factories. Wow. We need to keep building up stuff. Get at least 15. Build everything up in the Rhineland area in, I guess, western Prussia. That would be good to do. German imperialism, that focus will be done soon. After that, we'll do war preparations or justified conquest. And wow, generate war goal tension limit against country minus 100%. That's pretty good, honestly. We can just go ahead and justify on them. We don't even have to worry. Okay, I don't even have to worry about doing that northern conquest focus. We can just go ahead and attack countries that we want to integrate into the German Empire. Let's go ahead and set our conscription law. Let me check here, actually. Okay, political advisors don't really matter. They're only, like, really political focused ones. Industrial concern. Don't worry about that. Conscription law. Let's go for... Well, no. Let's do economy law. Go to partial mobilization. Go ahead and get that done. German imperialism will be done. Let's go ahead and do, say, justified conquest. And it says, we need to start a diplomatic propaganda campaign to make foreign nations accept our conquest. And essentially, from this focus, we will get a national spirit called German unification, which grants justify war goal time minus 10% against all the other German countries. And it also gives us makes it easier to just justify on them in general. Like, we don't have to wait for the world tension to go up, because in Hearts of Iron 4, as a non-aligned country, typically, if I recall, you have to be at 50% to justify. Yeah, you need world tension to be at 50% for non-aligned countries to typically declare war on countries that way. And that is somewhat annoying if you play non-aligned countries a lot in Hoi 4, because unlike, say, fascist or communist countries, you can't just be expansive unless you have a particular focus tree like that, and the Spanish Civil War has started. Have fun with that. They have a lot smaller area to work with because the Basque, the Catalans, and Galicia, they're not part of Spain in this timeline. But yeah, I'm glad we do have a focus that will make it easier to go ahead and strike at countries we were looking to unify, bring into what is going to be a new German Empire. The renewal of the Rome Protocols is taking place, and that had to do, I think, with Saxony. I don't know, not Saxony, but with Italy and someone else. I mean, it wasn't Rome, for crying out loud. So we have 3 divisions now for Prussia. We deployed a couple of these divisions as fast as possible. We're going to do justified conquest, then do war preparations, and once justified conquest is done, we're going to justify on the Free State of Mecklenburg, and then we'll go after Schleswig-Holstein, whatever. The longer we wait to deal with Bavaria and Hanover or Westphalia, I think the worse off we will be. But I would like to have a more extended front line for Bavaria. So we may need to go after Württemberg, and then I don't know. I just don't know. We just need to strike fast and hard before the world tension gets so high, and potentially democracies like, say, France, despite their divided state, they may start trying to guarantee the independence of countries Prussia could potentially invade. And that would be bad because we're not ready for a war with France at all. Like, it's going to be a nightmare for us. And how many more troops here? Deploy these cavalry brigades. Get 1 more cavalry brigade set up. The Bulgarian government condemns to IMRO. Let's get war preparations now, and that will give us 3 military factories, I think. Let me check here. Yeah, we need to prepare for our conquest. Add 3 military factories in the state of Moselland. Okay, can we justify here? Good, yes. Take claim state. And this will... Yeah, that's going to be... Well, that's simple. This is going to be such an easy expansion for Prussia, really. Just do that stuff for the claim states. We'll take Schleswig-Holstein. We'll take Mecklenburg, then Schleswig-Holstein, then we'll go after Hanover. Hopefully world tension doesn't get too crazy with what we're doing, but I guess we'll see what happens in the long term. Let's get more divisions deployed. At this point, we have about... Just have these units set on infinite. For every 5 divisions, we'll train 1 cavalry brigade. We have 5 infantry divisions. There's going to be 1 cavalry brigade, essentially. At this point, our army consists of about 50,000 soldiers, and we've got to bump that number up hard for a fast, well, aggressive campaign in Germany to see it brought under the control of Prussia. And how long should... Oh, 120 days. So let's see here. That will be in early 1937. And it is currently the 25th September of 1936 at this time. And it should be a pretty easy war, because Mecklenburg, I think, doesn't have hardly any manpower or divisions. I am looking forward to getting their single military factory, though. We'll use it for gun production, more than likely. Or maybe to get some more artillery and towed artillery. That would be very nice to have. And how is the Spanish Civil War going? We have Nationalist Spain fighting for Madrid, it looks like. Very confusing front lines, it seems, because Catalonia is not there. I guess the anarchists and the Carlists will still show up. Let's get more civilian factories built up. War preparations has about 30 more days to be complete. And once that's done, we'll probably go ahead, let me do this. Put more factories on support equipment and on artillery. Also get a few factories set up now to go ahead and be put on fighter production. We also eventually need to start making close air support, because that's just a useful thing to have. And we need to use close air support, because I don't think we can really afford to build up an industry for tanks at this time. That's why I'm going to do that. And so it's 28th of October. Great, so we have about, I say, 3 more months until we can attack Mecklenburg, really. We can maybe, I don't know, can our army be built up that fast? We can just be ready to go with the... I don't think so. We can't get 100,000 men by the start of January. Yeah, I don't think it's going to happen. We're just going to wait for that war justification, that war goal justification to be done in order to strike at the Free State of Mecklenburg, who is going to have no one to defend them. The Dominions break with the crown. Okay, so the Allies are going to be dead, I guess, as a faction. I don't know what they're doing there. England does have their own special focus tree in this mod, and I've previously done a playthrough on... Okay, let me do something here. Legacy of the Junkers. Let's do maybe permanent mobilization. This will say this says we should mobilize the country to achieve the best combat performance we can possibly get, and this will give us a national spirit called Prussian mobilization. It will give us a higher recruitable population and a higher production efficiency cap. So Prussia will be more ready for war once that focus is done. But anyway, like I was saying, England and all of the countries in Britannia, well, on Britain, the island of Britain, have their own special focus trees in this mod. And I'm very curious to see what England is going to be doing. They have fascism, they have communism, then they have democracy, I think. So they have a fallen government at this time, so who knows? They may be going communist. I don't know. Let's do improved machine tools there. Also start doing, let's get support weapons 1 done. And that would be nice. And when we get the chance, we need to go ahead and get a chief of the army or something. Military high command. Anything will be good here. Really? Generals. Let's get a new commander now. Just get a bunch of new commanders at this time before the war even starts. Yeah, that's the best we can do. I think that'll be fine. Look at those stats, though. That's so... skillful. We have that national spirit. It just makes them so good for the permanent military junta. Starting level of new army leaders. I'm not really certain what the level differences make for commanders in Hearts of Iron 4. I'm not. But it's just... we just have higher level skill commanders. Because military junta powers of Prussia, I guess. And it is the 22nd of December. Deploy the rest of these troops here before Christmas hits. And that will give us about let's see, we have to have about 80,000 troops at this time, 72,000. Okay, we're getting close to it. But we're going to be attacking Mecklenburg in the next month, in the start of 1937. And once we start that invasion, we'll go ahead and justify a war goal on... Okay, it's done, actually, earlier than I thought. Let's go ahead and justify, take claim state on Schleswig-Holstein. 155 days there. Let's go ahead and attack now. I wonder if the world tension goes up by 1%, so it's not too big of a deal. Let's strike now, though. After Schleswig-Holstein, we're going to go after, I say, Hanover. We could actually make a move on Bavaria rapidly, because if we wait too long, it would be pretty annoying to fight them, honestly. Yeah, I think an early strike on Bavaria and Westphalia might be beneficial, and we could just go ahead and take the rest of the smaller German countries out and integrate them into the Kingdom of Prussia, because if we wait too long, Bavaria may actually pose a major threat to Prussia, and they won't really be planning on, say, a rapid expansion in such a way that would see them fall easily. We'll just do a blitzkrieg without having all the tanks and stuff. Blitzkrieg on a budget. Just use cavalry and tons of infantry. How are we doing with infantry? Getting more infantry divisions deployed. At least we have a new factory now. We're going to have to deal with resistance here, I noticed. In Mecklenburg. Estonia is having a civil war between the communist and, what's this about, Schleswig-Holstein pretensions. Okay. Permanent mobilization is done. Let's go ahead and do, let's do military investment. Oh, let's do, militaristic diplomacy. And that is going to be, this is so crazy. We're so focused on war. This is such a crazy path for a country. And this will give us, we should embrace jingoistic foreign diplomacy, foreign diplomatic policy, add militaristic foreign policy, generate war goal tension limit, minus 75%, justify war goal time, minus 75%. The war goal tension limit thing doesn't really matter for us in our goal for reuniting all of Germany. Well, I think we're whatever. German unification, whatever. But the war justification time part of that national spirit will be pretty powerful for our campaign. And let's start building military factories, build stuff in, I say, the Rhineland, because that's the industrial heartland of Prussia at this point. And let's check on Estonia. So it's between the communist and the non-aligned. Izomalat. I think that's like a, what is that? Axis investments. There's a Polish civil war now. Peasant uprising in Krakow. And that war, like the Spanish Civil War, will be affected quite a bit by the different land borders in this world, because Silesia was... Oh, great, we gotta invade Silesia at some point, speaking of which. Kashubia and Silesia at this time are not... Their territory they have is not part of Poland in this world, in this timeline. So it is going to make things a little bit more, how to say, cramped for the Polish Civil War. I would think so, anyway. And we're going to be ready to attack Schleswig-Holstein in a few days, I believe. Yes. 6th of June, 1937. And it is March 1937 at this time. How many more divisions do we need? Go ahead and get more divisions, and that's going to give us actually, what, 12 divisions? We should... Okay, what happened there? Estonia Civil War is over. The Estonia Independent SSR won. And they're a puppet of the USSR, well, the Russian Soviet Socialist Republic. So, good for them, I guess. We do have over 100,000 soldiers at this point, I think. Yeah, we about do. We're going to go ahead and do Northern Conquest once militaristic diplomacy is done. Spain declared war on the Spanish Commune. An anarchist uprising has popped up. And they are having a fun time there, aren't they? Or no? This is a little different, Spanish Civil War. You have the Republicans, you have the Nationalists, then you have the Communists. Okay. Thundercross Latvia declared war on Latvia. And that is a Latvian Civil War. And that's between the fascist and Latvia. Well, I mean, non-aligned. So let's go ahead in our focus tree, do Northern Conquest. And let's abandon this war goal justification here and go ahead and justify on... We're in a non-aggression pact with you? What is that? Can we end that? Can we cancel that at all? We can revoke it. We cannot revoke it before July 1937. When did we sign that? Whatever, let's justify on Westphalia then. That'll take 45 days. My goodness, that justification limit stuff is overpowered. Okay, let's go ahead and set up, invade Hanover, and march onto that German state that is going to... They're getting in our way of German reunification or whatever. We're just going to unify Germany. And let's go here in our focus tree and get an artillery upgrade. Interwar artillery, that would be good. Improved machine tools is done. Let's do concentrated industry 2. Research slot available. Okay, that doesn't matter anymore. That's a little belated. And Hanover will have 2 divisions to fight our 12 divisions of... what? Of Prussia, but it's not going to really matter. So I think at the rate we're going, due to the whole... The non-aggression pact with the... Do we have a war goal on this? Okay, never mind, we don't. We don't have... Okay, what am I talking about? But due to the non-aggression pact we have with the Bavarian Free State, I think they did a focus, that's why. Maybe they did a focus. But maybe because they did a focus, we got to wait until mid-1937 to fight the Bavarians. But we will do that when we have the chance. And I think I'm going to save Silesia for last, simply because they will just be... We got to have more... Actually, never mind, I don't know what I'll do. Whatever, just expand and take over everything. Take everything that we have a core on. We may, in fact, invade Austria. I don't know. They are being guaranteed by Hungary, though. I don't know, I gotta think about it. I had to consider my options there. We'll have to fight Hungary in the event of that war. But we would reunite, bring Austria into the fold of a new German state that will ultimately try to form the German Empire. And, yeah. So, unified Germany. Okay, let's invade Hanover now. For the last Hussar, we shall do this. March on Hanover, get this done. It looks like Bavaria has gone fascist. Maybe that's why we have a non-aggression pact with them. I don't know. Who has more factories here? What would benefit us if we were... Okay, yeah, Free State of Saxony. They may be more prone to joining a faction. So let's go ahead and invade Saxony when we get the chance. 15% world tension at this time. March on all these countries. Invade Hanover. Get this done. And there's one division, well, a handful of Hanover Westphalian divisions stopping us. They have one armored troop, but it's not going to matter. Take Wilhelmshaven, and that's going to be over. So another victory for Prussia. It looks like Westphalia has fallen, and we're going to take all of their industry in this victory. So take everything in turn. And that's 2 German states down. Mecklenburg and Westphalia have been brought into Prussia. It is at 18% world tension at this time. We probably need to go ahead and attack Württemberg and Saxony when we get the chance, because honestly, they could potentially join a faction or get guaranteed by a democratic country. So it probably would be prudent to go ahead and attack them, then get the Bavarians last, who will probably not have any faction to turn to. I think that would be a reasonable thing, a reasonable plan. Northern Conquest has been canceled. Why? We do not have enough men in the field. Whatever. Okay, so we'll go ahead and attack. Here are we justifying on Saxony? Okay, we'll just invade Saxony first. I don't care. We need more men in the field, apparently. Okay, so let's do that. Also, let's go to our occupation law and change occupied territories, change it all to cavalry brigades. It doesn't really matter what template we use, because cavalry are relatively decent at suppression. Carlos Spain declared war on Spain. They joined the Spanish Civil War. Cavalry and Hoi 4 are relatively good at dealing with resistance because of their suppression stats. So let's go to infantry, for example. Suppression 13.5. Cavalry brigade suppression 8.0. But if we made those numbers higher, that would probably be good. They're also, I don't know. It'd be fine. We don't got to worry about actually deploying resistance divisions anyway. I mean, division templates that have to deal with resistance in our territories. And I can't believe we're going to now fight Saxony very soon. In a few days, like a couple weeks, we're going to be at war with Saxony. and that'll probably be a very easy win for Prussia, frankly. Unless the Saxons are able to find an ally before we attack them, I don't think they'll be able to stop our advance. And after we declare war on Saxony, we're going to go ahead and justify a war goal on Silesia, who has core states we plan to recapture. And that will give us tons of more manpower we can use for the Prussian army. Let's go to our national focus here. Let's do Northern Conquest once more, start that focus. And also, let's go ahead and deploy any divisions we have available, just so we can push our manpower over 100,000, over 100,000 manpower in the field, just so that focus does not get canceled again, no matter what happens. Cause I don't want to have to get so close to getting that focus done, just having to stop. I don't want to do this focus, get to like 70 days almost of progress, then it gets canceled entirely just because a few soldiers got killed. It doesn't work for me. And we have insufficient supplies, don't worry about that, or garrisons, or let's not worry about plane reserves also. Let's go to our resistance situation. Never mind. But let's attack Saxony now and go ahead and start justifying on Silesia. And I don't think Saxony will be really able to oppose us, because their army is tiny. If we look at the intel ledger here, yeah, like 2 divisions at most. So this is going to be a one-sided massacre, really, for Saxony. There we go, we're moving on Dresden and Leipzig. It gets taken in like a day. And it's over. Like, they have 1 armored division they put out just as we defeat them. It doesn't matter, though. Let's go border Silesia now. Get that done. And I don't believe Silesia has much of a military either. So this should be an easy victory. I would think so, anyway. And here's the peace conference for the Free State of Saxony. Take all states in turn. And we're done there. And we got 803 equipment from that invasion. And now I have to deal with occupying that area, which isn't too big of a problem because it's only 1 state. Amelia Earhart circumnavigates the globe. Alright. And soon we should attack the Silesians. It is the 5th of July. The Confederated States of America declared war on New Africa, who popped up in North America. And we're going to attack Silesia tomorrow in the in-game world. And yeah, New Africa popped up. They're fighting against the CSA. Both of these countries in this mod have their own focus trees, I believe. Yes, they do. And for some reason, the CSA, the Confederated States of America, just has so many divisions. I don't know why. They just do in 1937. It's like USSR tier level army size. And we have a research slot available. We're going to start doing excavation 2. Just basic stuff you do. And let's unpause here and declare war on Silesia. This will be pretty brutal, just like brutal for the opposite side, because they have no army, they have no divisions. Having a quick glance at intel there, they have no real means to stop us. We're just going to swarm in and take all of their cities and lands for Prussia. Even this piece of territory down here that we don't have a core on, we'll occupy it anyway. And that's all going to be done. Silesia has capitulated. Let's go ahead and move these troops up to... I accidentally activated some operation. Oh well, move these troops up near Hamburg, near Schleswig-Holstein. Holstein, whatever. Get this factory set on gun production. Free civilian factories. Start making more military factories around Prussia. And we should have the peace conference for Silesia take place relatively... There it is, yeah. Take core states in turn. And we are done there. 26% world tension now. And once this Northern Conquest focus gets to like day 67 or 68, we're going to slow down time as slow as possible for in-game speed. Well, in terms of, decrease the speed at which time moves in-game. Because I don't want to have Schleswig-Holstein get guarantees from every democratic country in the world. Like, England is a real big concern. So is Aquitania and Brittany. And also Canada. There's a civil war in Mexico. Canada may possibly guarantee a country, which we do not want that to happen, because I'm not going to be able to fight Canada as Prussia, because we have no navy. And I just noticed we have a logistics problem. We need trains. How's this going, though? 60 days in? we're going to have to research trains once we get the chance, evidently. And once Northern Conquest progress hits 67 to 68 days in, or yeah, we're going to just slow down time and make sure we attack immediately once that focus is done. We put another factory on guns, and Bavaria cancel their non-aggression pact with us. Let's go ahead and slow down time here. Do that, and let's move our conscription law up to limited conscription, and we're going to be ready to attack Schleswig-Holstein pretty soon. Our troops are going to be ready to go. I can't believe Bavaria canceled that non-aggression pact with us. I mean, they are fascist and we're not aligned, and yeah, I'm sort of shocked by that, but we were planning to cancel it anyway. At least they saved that work for us. Let's attack now. Is anybody guaranteeing them? I hope not. No, they're not. Okay, strike now. Now we can move the game speed back up to full throttle, put the foot on the gas, so to speak. And now let's do plan south in the focus tree. Get that focus underway. And when it's possible, yeah, let's attack now. They might join a faction. We've waited too long. What am I going to say? We're going to go ahead and justify a war goal on Bavaria and invade them without waiting to go through the focus tree. So move these divisions down here right away. Bavaria will not have many units, I believe, in their army at this time, because like Prussia, I don't think they started out with a army at all. And considering we've just been rapidly deploying units, I don't think they'll be able to match our army strength. Yeah, I don't think they'll be able to do it. What do we need to justify on you? We need one more political power, so let's wait a second and justify now or no? Justify now. Get it done. And this will take 60 days, I think. Let me check. Whatever. 1st of October, so 40 days. It takes 40 days, not 60 days. What am I looking at? And a research slot is available. Let's go get civilian trains. I don't understand why trains are in a support company section of technology. You'd think it would be in something like, say, industry or engineering, because it's trains, they're not support companies. And we have some planes in the reserve. Let's deploy get one squadron of fighters out and just make sure we dominate the skies no matter what. Have them fly over Western Germany. Yeah, do that, Western Germany. Just have one group of planes there, one squadron. And there's a single Bavarian division in Franken. And that's going to be it for the Bavarian military. Once we strike at them, they're really going to be outnumbered. And let's go ahead and deploy a bunch of units here, just so we can make sure we'll dominate this conflict, this upcoming war, no matter what. And we should be ready to go in about less than a month. 1st of October, 1937 is when the war will begin. We have a harbor, we have a dockyard. We got it from Schleswig-Holstein. Build some convoys, because why not? I mean, we already have tons of them, but let's get more of them. And it is almost October 1937. It is late September, mid to late September. We're getting there. We need some rubber. We don't have enough. I don't want to. Let's actually trade for some rubber. I'll do that. Does anybody want to trade? Malaysia. Thank you, Malaysia. Malaysia is going to give us the rubber we need to fight our enemies. Terrific. And we're going to be ready to go here in about a day's time or less. Let's strike at Bavaria now. And once Bavaria is defeated, there's just going to be Württemberg, and that's going to be the last country we need to defeat to unite all of Germany as Prussia, officially. And we're getting this done. Plan South is going to be complete probably just as this invasion of Bavaria ends. They put out an armored division here. What is with these German states and deploying armored divisions? I guess maybe it's because they all have the templates of the Third Reich, the German Reich, but they deploy these armored divisions. They just don't have any means of fighting these huge hordes of infantry we're using as Prussia, despite their technological, advantage, I would think. And let's do this here, support weapons 2, get that done. Bavaria has been defeated. Take all states. And let's move some troops over here, get that done, and just border this province. That's started now. Invade the North has been bypassed because there's no more countries in the North to fight against. Plan South is done. Now we're going to start Invade the South. Now will give us a war goal on Württemberg, the Free State of Württemberg, which is democratic. So there is a chance someone may guarantee them if we don't act fast enough once Invade the South is done. So like with Schleswig-Holstein up north here. That was in Hamburg and in Kiel. We're going to have to just go ahead and slow down time once we get about 67 to 68 days worth of progress on that focus. And after we're done invading Württemberg, we're going to do Bavarian Mines and integrate the Bavarian Crown and go ahead and proclaim Germany. Let's also get some more divisions deployed. Get all that done. Get more units in general. Yeah, just deploy as many units as possible. That's 24 divisions. Let's get this guy a marshal. So we don't have a marshal right now. We have to promote some random general we got earlier on. So we do have a field marshal now at least. And we're probably going to have a second army as Prussia. I would think so anyway. And that would be good because we'll have what am I going to say? We'll be able to have marshal commanding a marshal commanding an entire army group. Makes things more efficient, I suppose, instead of individual generals doing everything. Let's make some more guns. Go ahead and set that order up. How far are we into this focus? 26 days in. Okay. And that means we have about, I guess, 40 some days remaining. 41 days left. And like I said before, once we get close to completing the focus, we're going to go ahead and slow down time. And once Invade the South is done, which it says in its text here, Württemberg and Bavaria can be allowed to continue being independent. Once we get that done, we're going to do Bavarian Mines. We need more resource production, and Bavaria is a good place to invest in. This will also win over the people. We'll get some steel production in Bavaria once that is done. Once that focus is done. And that's good, because resources are useful. Surprisingly. Unsurprisingly. Okay, so we're just waiting now. Less than 30 days at this point. We have resistance. Pact of Rome has been formed. Piedmont Sardinia joins the Pact of Rome. So does Austria. The little Entente's reaffirmed. There was some Chinese United Front over in Asia. I guess the Chinese are going to fight against Japan, or they're already fighting against Japan. Let me check here. They are not. They just formed a faction, though. Either way, and that's all the Chinese warlords united under one country. Interesting flag the state of Xinjiang has. I don't really see that flag often. I'm not sure if I've seen it before, really, in Hearts of Iron 4. I wonder if it's different for this mod. Not sure, really. Maybe it's because they're non-aligned and not communist. Maybe it's that. Not sure. And Invade the South will be done in less than 20 days at this point. 10 days remaining. Let's do this focus here. Weapons, infantry equipment 1. Well, we're putting more factories on that. So 60 days now, less than 10 days. Let time just fly on by. We're waiting, just waiting and waiting. The anticipation is killing me. And we have, at this point, 7 days, 6 days, 5 days, 4 days, 3 days, and slow down time here and now. Get that done. And so I'm doing this because, as I've said probably a million times, I need to attack immediately. We need to strike Württemberg immediately so they don't try to join a faction and ruin our attempt to unite all of Germany. And that is a goal for us. So Invade the South is going to be done very soon. Please get over with. Come on, one more day. One more day and we will be done. This is going to be done. Come on, get there. Just a couple more hours. Slow down time a little bit more. So we have 4 hours. I can't imagine playing this game on one speed. If I played Hearts of Iron 4 at just one speed, I'd go crazy. But then again, there is people who probably use the Hearts of Iron 4 in real-time mod. I feel for those people if they try to play a game. But let's declare war now and strike at Württemberg. Hopefully they don't join a faction. We'll see. So move in as fast as possible. Take these cities. Take everything. Come on, get it done. Be fast. Be furious. Strike at all their cities. Take everything. Surround them. Surround these units around Stuttgart. And excavation 2 is done, so is civilian train. And in our focus tree, let's start Bavarian Mines. Did I speed everything up? Yes, I did. We're going to do Bavarian Mines, though. Just go ahead and strike at Stuttgart, get them defeated, and just push here as fast as possible. If we take too long, they may try to join a faction, which will ruin our efforts of uniting Germany just as much some country guaranteeing their independence would. Get this battle over with, please. Use force attack, I don't care. Do something. Use that operation and win. Get this done for Germany. All you gotta do. So Prussia is going to achieve victory now. Good. Württemberg is defeated. And we practically completed this playthrough, but we still have to unite Germany officially. And we no longer have any we don't really have any more, per se, war goals we can get out of our focus tree. So in my opinion, I think it's fair to say we basically completed what we had to do here as Prussia. And at this point, we're just going to do Bavarian Mines, integrate the Bavarian Crown, and get all that done. So here, technology, concentrated in industry 3, not worth it. It's not 1939. What am I doing? Improved infantry equipment 1, and also what can I do here? Get artillery upgrades? I don't know. That's 1939 tech, but it is 1938, January 1938. And let's just keep an eye on the world. Let's see the Spanish Civil War. It looks like the nationalists are sort of being, I don't know, the borders there are surprisingly clean. You know, the Spanish Civil War looks like it's a disaster constantly in terms of borders. And there goes the Spanish Commune. Just as we were watching this conflict, the Spanish Commune disappears because it got annexed by the Republic of Spain. So that just leaves the nationalists, the Carlists, and the Republicans at this point, and considering how much territory the Republic of Spain controls, I think they'll achieve total victory in the Spanish Civil War. And here's something about resistance to occupation. Doesn't matter too much though. And how's the Polish Civil War going? The Nationalist Poland is holding on. They had some territory over here in eastern Poland and Wilno, I think, but it got occupied pretty fast by the Polish Peasant Republic, who is communist. So they're just having to dig in. How's the Latvian Civil War going? It looks like everybody's just divided by this river here, and then across Latvia and Latvia are locked in what looks to be a stalemate. And let's keep looking around, checking in on what's going on around the world. New Africa is kind of making progress with the CSA. They won some victories. They've sort of almost carved the country in half, I guess. Even though the CSA still has ports, they're just going to have to deal with that. Being this border possibly cut off in Tennessee as the New Africa advances in Tennessee, it looks like, I think. And how's the Mexican Civil War going? The Mexican Republic is probably, there's a good chance they're going to lose to the Democratic Mexican Republic has a good chance of losing to non-aligned Mexico, because it seems that they're being sort of stuck, being trapped up in northern Mexico, and they'll be unable to move. Now in the focus tree, let's complete Bavarian Crown, integrate the Bavarian Crown. That's underway now. That'll be a 70-day long focus, and we just have to wait it out. Can we get another air wing? Maybe, yeah, 100 planes. Sure, why not? So now we have 2 air squadrons, 2 fighter wings, essentially. What's going on in Russia, I wonder? Not too much, it seems. USSR is doing, well, Russia's doing Russia things. They're guaranteeing the independence of Egypt for some interesting reason. So is Japan. Huh. Interesting. That's a little peculiar, but okay. And I just noticed Turkey has gone fascist. They're the Turkish Empire. And that is, okay. Alright then. Anything else that seems a little bit out of the ordinary? I don't think so. Galicia, what are they doing here? They have a focus tree. Republic of Galicia does. They are being democratic. Not much is happening there, I think. Well, they're just watching the Spanish Civil War like we are. And let me look around here. I wonder if Ukraine's going to intervene at all in the Polish Civil War. They could grab some land if they attack the Polish Peasant Republic from the rear. But we'll see what happens. And it looks like did they take that back, or they're holding out? Okay, so there's some fighting going on for Warsaw. In Poland, the Polish Peasant Republic appears to be losing ground. Maybe? They could be. I don't know. Here's some resistance we have in Bavaria. Not too worried about it, because it's going to be a core of Prussia very soon anyway, due to that integrated Bavarian crown. And besides that, it's going to become part of a German empire. And that is going to be no longer an issue, because we're not going to have to deal with any more resistance problems, because Germany is going to be one big country. Yeah, that Polish Civil War, the Polish Peasant Republic, I think they might be losing ground in a counterattack, or I could be wrong. If Nationalist Poland loses Warsaw, that might be it for their war effort. Yes, they're really going on the offensive, it looks like. And let's keep looking around. Spanish Civil War. Not much happening there, just Republican Spain going on the offensive because they have a lot of territory and a lot of stuff. Huge push here against New Africa. And, well, I don't know. Huge, a lot of fighting going on in the southern United States. That's going on. And I'm just keeping an eye on civil wars around the world, which is all I can really do at this time because I don't really feel like getting into any more extra wars because I want to go ahead and unite Germany as Prussia, which is taking some time, but we'll get it done by, say, I want to think mid-1938. It is the 7th of May. Okay, there. Ukraine did intervene in the Polish Civil War. Stepan Bandera, whatever. Bandera is intervening in the Civil War in Poland, and he's fighting against the Polish Peasant Republic. So that is going on. And they will have a victory there, I think, because the Polish Peasant Republic has been busy dealing with the Polish Sanation government for some time. And also, it looks like, okay, let's go ahead and start that other focus. It seems that, what is this deal here? Belarus is a puppet of Nationalist Poland for some reason. Okay, but anyway, let's go ahead and do Proclaim Germany. And this focus says, the time has come to formally unify Germany once and for all. And basically, from this focus, we'll gain cores on everything Prussia controls in Germany that we don't currently have cores on, and also the Kingdom of Prussia will now be known as the German Empire once this focus is done. And that will take 70 days. Here's some more divisions. Just send them out to do something, I don't know. Everybody should just do exercises, I guess. Yeah, just have the entire army do exercises. Not like they have anything better to do. So that's going to be done. Ukraine is really pushing hard into Poland. They've taken Wolin, and they're going into Lao now. I think it's also known as Lviv, and Policy. They're pushing there. The Polish Peasant Republic is fighting a war on two fronts, and unless they get any help from the USSR, I think their days are numbered. Well, not the USSR, but the Russian Soviet Socialist Republic, who is doing their own thing right now, such as giving aid to Spain in the Spanish Civil War. And one thing I will say, nationalist Spain in this timeline did not really receive help from us or Italy. Well, I mean us as in the Third German Reich did not really exist to give help to nationalist Spain. And Italy was obviously a little bit more divided in this timeline, in this world, so they couldn't really help out the nationalists either. So, frankly, in this shattered world, I would say the Spanish Republicans got the best. They're doing the best because of everything, all those factors I just talked about. And we still never started producing trains. It doesn't matter at this point. Let's go ahead and do weapons 2, infantry equipment 2, get support weapons 3, because why not? Doesn't matter at this point. Let's put one factory on train production just so I don't have to see this anymore at 0% for the logistics fulfillment. And we'll produce around 7.87 civilian trains a year, which is not many, but it is what it is. And what's the problem with these divisions? Oh, they're exercising. Yeah, what am I thinking? That's going to be done. New division in Weimar. Okay, we're going to proclaim Germany soon. The Polish Peasant Republic was annexed by Nationalist Poland, and it looks like Ukraine, despite being the reason Nationalist Poland sort of won that conflict, they got really nothing out of that, unfortunately for them. And there is a possibility that Poland may attack Lithuania because they have a war goal on Lithuania. So I think that's only a matter of time before something goes down there. We no longer get the effects of Plan South, whatever Plan South ended ages ago, because we have defeated all the countries down there, like Württemberg, Bavaria. They're all part of Prussia now, so is all the other countries we have to fight to bring Germany together in the aim of unifying it. And we have less than 5 days now at this point to proclaim Germany. And that's going to be done relatively soon. Yeah, Lithuania declared war on the Polish Sanation government. I guess they're going on the offensive. And we have proclaimed Germany. And thus, now the Kingdom of Prussia is known as the German Empire. Germany has been united under the military dictatorship of the last Tsar. And I'm going to end this playthrough here. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to like and subscribe. You can check out the mod in the video description, the link to focus trees for releasable nations, is there. So be sure to check it out if you're into just playing as releasable countries in Hearts of Iron 4 that typically get overlooked by a lot of people. There is content for them in the mod. And have an awesome day. I'll see y'all later. Bye.